When I was a kid, I enjoyed playing video games quite a bit. I always dreamed about playing video games as a job, and in the past, that didn't seem quite possible. Fast forward a couple years into the future, and you're seeing people that are really good at video games get paid out, the same as athletes. And we have esports as a whole category now. Fast forward another couple years, you see a bunch of people streaming video games. You see people talking and getting donations from super chats, getting ad revenue, getting sponsors, and things like that. 2021, gamification to make money has become a reality. And you don't even have to be good. I believe that that's where the future is headed. If you look at a company like Axie Infinity, their company has grown drastically over the past couple months. And the reason for that is they've created a way for people to use gamification in the traditional sense to play video games and not make it feel like work, and to be able to earn income on the side too, where you have a ton of people in different countries actually quitting their main job in order to play Axie Infinity full time. And where this leads me to look to is I wanted to see right now all of the top grossing apps in the App Store when it comes to gamification. For me, one of the games that I love playing is actually called Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battles. I play it quite religiously. I've actually logged in, I think, almost every day for 4 years straight. And it's a tedious game where I don't really have to do much. I go on, I collect my rewards, I play a couple of missions, but in order to complete those missions, I need to buy something called Dragon Stones. And those Dragon Stones are used in order to summon for new characters, and you'd have to assemble the right team in order to complete your mission. And as you can see from the screen here, it's going to be a tiny little bubble matching game, but it creates and gives you this animation and gives you something that you love from the show. So why am I comparing something like this to VEVE? Dokkan Battles is a game where you invest your time and your money and you get really cool characters that you may know and you love and you like to see their animations in effect. But if the company were to tomorrow turn off their servers, those people that are in ownership of those Dragon Stones or characters that they summon for, they would disappear. You wouldn't have any kind of ownership around them. And I think this brings me to my next point, where you look at the top 10 grossing games and how much money they've made over the past couple years. So Dokkan Battles is a game that I play personally, and I see a lot of YouTube people streaming it and being able to share tips and tricks for different adventures in the game. And I know people in that game that spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars each month, and they make their money through their YouTube content. Over the past 5 years, Dokkan Battle has actually grossed $3 billion for their app. $3 billion in an app that literally gives the participant nothing in return except for a game. And then you look at the number one spot for top grossing mobile games, and you look at a game like Arena of Valor at $12 million. I'm not sure how to play Arena of Valor. I've never played it myself, but I'm assuming it's a mobile game that doesn't yield any kind of reward from a monetary standpoint in the real world. Looking at it from today's perspective and kind of the way that Axie Infinity has already set things up, we know that gamification in the traditional sense that we know is coming to VEVE. There's already some sort of gamification built in to the VEVE app right now, and the gamification may not be as familiar to you, and a lot of people are doing it by flipping collectibles. They're buying collectibles on the drop, making a profit from it and flipping it, or if they have a good understanding of the market, they will go in and they'll buy a collectible, hold it for a couple of days, and notice that the market rebounds or it slides back down and they can buy more. They kind of treat it like a stock. The next part of this is speculative, but it's not so speculative that it's out of the question, because we know that Axie Infinity has already gone this route, and it's a proven piece that works. And I can only imagine how much money that a company like VEVE will make down the road when it comes to gamification. If you look for the past couple of months, VEVE has been in the top grossing in the App Store and kind of has been sliding under the radar without many people noticing. If you look on Disney Plus Day, the day that we launched our golden moments, VEVE actually surpassed Disney Plus for number one grossing in the App Store. And that's just with the gamification that no one really knows about. That's with the finite amount of people flipping collectibles, buying collectibles, and vice versa. How do you guys think the company will do once there's a dedicated racing game or some kind of game built into it, and when they get the amount of eyes that they're going to get once gamers and streamers start to stream VEVE content? Once they are able to put up video games of them playing and earning certain things and tips and tricks. So taking money and putting it into a mobile game that will actually yield you a reward in real life in monetary form is kind of a no-brainer. And if you look at these 12 companies in the top 12 for mobile games, none of these give you any real-world advantages or money or anything. And so what happens when a company that has a ton of IP like VEVE does and has utility for the NFTs that you've been buying and then allows you to play the games and allows you to earn income? I think more people will be willing to put money into an app like that than they would to buy, say, a new turn in a video game. I imagine a world where, with the metaverses taking over, a lot of people will be playing video games to earn income, whether it be in the form of gems or in the form of NFTs, and then being able to sell those NFTs for real world utility. And when I say that, I truly believe that metaverse opens that realm of gamification for all these people. So with the metaverse being talked about so much, when the VeVeverse rolls out with VeVe's IP and all the brand recognition that it has and everything they've been working towards, it kind of comes together like this perfect formula for gaming, making income, and everything all in one. And if it's going to be an app on your phone, would you rather put money into an app that's just going to be fun with characters that you know, but that's not going to give you any kind of return? Or are you going to put money into an app that yields a greater return the longer you play? You're going to have people wanting to stream this on their channel. You're going to have people that are watching those channels that will want to play those games, and it just becomes this trickle effect. And that's how I see gamification happening in the VeVeverse. And that's just one small section of it and a very simplified, dumbed down version of it, because I think the VeVeverse has a lot of potential to become so much more than that. So if you've been following VeVe for a long time, you know earlier this year they hired a lead content producer for their platform, and that person that they hired was Trevor. And Trevor has done a great job of kind of sharing the 3D models he's been working on. But if you look at Trevor's past, he's actually worked on a couple of games that you might know of, and those games include God of War. He's worked on things for the League of Legends project, and I believe with Trevor leading the helm for gamification and content development, I believe that we'll get games in the VeVeverse sooner than later, maybe even before the VeVeverse actually hits the platform. Again, this is just my opinion. It's something I will be looking forward to, and if games do come out, I would love to stream some games on my channel. If you guys enjoyed today's content, please leave a like, subscribe, and if you guys have any questions or feedback, I'd love to hear it in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.